the Stryker Q instrumentation, and then we're gonna make our way into OR4 and go over the C-arm and the navigation machine.
Yeah, so essentially I'll just kind of run through what's in the trays, what's kind of important, and then I'll show you guys the system and just how to turn some of the stuff on. That's probably the most important part, is getting it all ready for the case to begin. I'll also pass this around so you can have an idea of what the system looks like. So, this is the unit and, basically just some background for some fun background. The Q guided system and Stryker's kind of making it the central piece of technology for our ecosystem of different products. So spine guidance is what it started with. That's what you all had with the spine guidance application. You can add to that. So if down the road you guys got some neurosurgeons who wanted to use it for cranial guidance, you could create an application. If you guys ever got a Mako for joint replacement or for spine, it would come right into the guidance system. So Stryker's really trying to make it a piece of equipment that's not just sitting in the corner and surgeon needs and doesn't want to use it anymore. We really want to make it something that's going to stay at your hospital for a long. Yes, come eat some snacks if you wish. But yeah, so we started cases this week. Dr. Clifford, Dr. Short have been really enjoying it. Paired with the Q guidance system, you guys also have a new 3D C-arm. It's called the Zine. It's blue and white or turquoise and white. So you see that moving along. Essentially what that does, it plugs right into the Q guidance system and they take a intraoperative spin. And that gets the patient's anatomy and marries it up to a 3D model that's built in our system. That allows for automatic registrations and quick workflow for the surgeons to just get right to it. And start operating. Do you guys have questions on navigation or anything like that? Familiar with it ish?
Similar to stealth.
Yes, exactly like stealth. This is just the Stryker version. We have a couple bells and whistles that they don't have. They have a couple of bells and whistles we don't have. So just kind of how it goes. But I really love our new system, truly. Okay, so main thing that you need to turn instruments on, and you're probably used to, I think Brain Lab is what you guys used to have, these little balls. We only have 1 to 2 instruments that have the balls. And I'll show you guys, those are disposable and they come in a pack like this and they just kind of pop on. You hear noise? You'll feel, not so much here, but 4 balls go on there. And so this is your calibration device. This helps tell the system exactly what instrument we're turning on and going to be using in the procedure. This is a long pointer. These are a little bit fancier than Brain Labs, which has all the balls in them. This is called passive tracking when it's these little balls. It's basically one-way communication. The computer is kind of just looking for where these balls are in space. This is called active tracking, so it's 2-way communication. The computer is searching for the LEDs within this device. And this is also communicating back to the computer. That's why there's buttons on here. The surgeon technically can control it from here, but most don't. Pretty much all of them don't because they prefer, all of us to take care of everything.
I stepped out, probably you already mentioned this, but
Yeah.
those balls disposable?
They are disposable.
disposable.
They pop right off.
Okay.
How many come in a pack?
4.
Just 1 pack usually.
Yeah, they'll come here. I might have one already in the pack here. So it looks like this. And there's this little piece here that holds balls. So yeah, you guys have these on stock. I don't know where exactly, but
It's probably in the spine corner.
Yeah.
I imagine, but I'll look, yeah. Sure it is.
So yeah, so this piece, basically I'll show you when we go into the operating how it works with the computer, but there's a little cone in here. So essentially you would turn, you would first put a battery in this guy. there's two types of batteries. There's this that looks like the old battery you have at home. It just pops into these fancier instruments with all the buttons, flat side down. It pops right in, just like regular battery, no phone. And then there's also these batteries, they're twist batteries. This one doesn't have one in it, it's just for demo purposes. But those come in this. So these are technically for the X trackers, and then the other ones, just to show you. I do. Comes in this smaller packaging, and you can see on the back which is which. Both of these will be needed for these cases. So
And they're
Right.
disposable as well.
all disposable, yep. So obviously if you are at the end of a case, kind of packing things up and you get batteries, you could just toss it. SPD knows to do the same, so if any make it back there, that's okay. So yeah, big batteries in this instrument and this guy, so they both look kind of similar, gray and black. Lots of buttons. This is your thoracic pedicle feeler. So typically surgeon will use this to kind of find their position on the patient. And then this is more, it's sharper. This will go down to the pedicle and start creating that hole for the screws. The twist battery goes on. These are called Tracker 70s. I think you guys are going X trackers, another good name for them. This is used for patient tracking. So basically it's put, you use a spine clamp that is put on the patient's spinous process. So there's little parts on your back. This is clamped on, and then this is also put on, and then it's activated by the twist battery, which is very, very easy. Twist right on and off. So that'll activate it. This will go on the patient to tell the computer exactly where the patient is on the table, marry up that CT scan to allow us to navigate.
Is that similar to what we attached to the Simprin?
Yes, I
Still
think,
use the Simprin for that?
nope,
No.
yeah, so this will go right onto the patient. There's a screwdriver in here. And it kind of, this is like a clawed, I wish I had a spine model for you guys, but essentially it's like right on this part of the back somewhere, depending where we're operating. But yes, same function. That was the point of this Simprin, so it's called. Except you're not attaching to the bed, you can attach directly to the patient, which is honestly a lot safer, and keeps the accuracy because it's attached to the patient, not the bed. There's another way to patient tracking, which is what will be used more for the SI cases. This is called an ortho lock. I think you guys the docs are still deciding which pins they would prefer. But we do have some pins from Stryker that these will come, I should show you this way. They'll come, they are disposable, but they come sterilized, so they run through the sterilizer. They look like this. Actually, I think these might be the brain lab pins. They're deciding between the brain lab pins and the Stryker pins, but they should come in this little tray. But essentially how this guy works is there's little holes in here. This goes into the patient's pelvis so that it's out of the way. Dr. Clifford, I think, prefers this way, and Dr. Short will use it for SI cases, and there's a second hole. This gets drilled into the patient's pelvic PSIS, and keeps it really firm and out of the way for the procedure. So yeah, these pins, if they get used, they're in the patient, should be trashed. And then they'll get replaced through SPD. There's also, I don't know if they've tried this one out yet. This is just another fixation device for the pelvis. It's called an arrow. Essentially just kind of a one pin option. If surgeons want a little less invasive, don't want the two pins, just want an arrow. Another disposable that will come in this little teeny tray.
And Jess, are you wanting us to throw those in the room or are you guys throwing those?
Yeah, because if there's they get used, they should be tossing them before it comes back to us so that we know. So that we're not reprocessing.
But you'll know to add it in, like it's on the
Yeah,
count sheet or
it's on-
whatever.
So
Okay.
we'll know if it's.
Like if it's missing, you'll know we
Yeah,
used it.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
What else? Okay, so we did active, passive. Was there a drill?
How are we charging for those minutes? Do you have a number for us?
Like a part number? Yes. SPE has all of that information. I guess
If we're
what,
not using application, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, how would we do that?
who should I chat to about that?
No, not you.
No, honestly, it would come down to materials.
Okay,
Jordan,
I
maybe?
can talk to Jordan and just, that's a good, I'll check in with her today.
How often would they not be using it?
It's kind of variable right now because there's a couple options for depending on what type of case. I would say for all SI cases, yes. If it's just a standard fusion, they're probably gonna use this clamp, so they're not gonna use the pins. Unless it's, I don't know, a long construct or something like that where they want another way. We're still, we'll have probably a better idea after we get through more cases. But yeah, I'm happy to if you guys are finished, get you some. You can arrive in time, stuff like that. So just communicate with me or Clayton, who's probably gonna be down here more running the cases. So,
Okay.
the good thing is there's several options for patient tracking, so, shouldn't be posed if something is missing, but, yeah,
Okay.
just keep in contact with us if you think anything's going wrong. Did she leave out a pie drive by chance? No, that's okay. This is a drill attachment. It goes right on the pie drive, so the neuro high speed burr, that little black drill. You guys have probably seen these attachments, but they look like this. They don't have this extra piece. This extra piece allows us to navigate the drill. So this here's kind of a picture of what it looks like. I'm gonna put this tracker on, pass this around so you guys can see it. But it's gonna hook onto your high-speed drill and allow it to be trackable. Here, I'll pass this around. And put two and two together.
Is the Virgo in there?
Yeah, so this is where the burr goes, and then your black
So-
drill that's plugged into.
Are
the
we still
board.
using the same burgers that we used before? The
Yes.
What's it called? The
That's aggressive.
yeah, like the matchstick head
Yeah,
one,
it's
whatever.
the same.
Okay.
Unless something happened in the case, but I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. do what they
And those are in the spine card as
That
well.
comes in
Yep.
your turn.
So this will come in my tray. So this, sorry, I should have started. There's 3 trays. Little guy. This big, and then 2 of these Stryker ones.
So it's kind of like the brain lab in the sense of how we had the primary and then the long drill guide, right? So 2 trays plus a little extra one.
Yeah, so these are all for navigation, and then you need your high speed drill as normal for any spine case. The other disposable, where did that go? So this is the tractor for the drill. I'll show you. This is a disposable. It comes in like a box. It's called the 360 tracker. It's called that because it has a bunch of LEDs all around it that the computer can see just for visualization, so the surgeon's not having to point in a certain way. Essentially to attach this, you would slide it on, and there's kind of like a little track that's gonna go onto this disc. So you slide it on. Oh, it's kind of hard without the full construct. Maybe I'm gonna.
We'll have to make sure that Sarah gets all these extra pieces on the card too, so that they get charged for
Yes,
the
Yeah.
balls, the black thing, the
who's
the
there?
batteries. So Sarah, she makes our preference cards.
Okay.
So there's maybe if we could have a list
Uh-huh.
of all the disposables so that she could get them added to the preference card so
Totally.
that the nurses are not having to do that every single time. That would
Yeah,
be helpful.
yeah. If you want to connect me with her, and then I'm
Okay.
happy to like send an email
Sure.
over with, all that info.
Yep.
So yeah, this looks funny because I don't have the drill, but essentially it goes on to the end. That just slid on like that. And then to calibrate this, show you what we actually the system, but kind of put it in here and it tells you to hold it certain ways to get it calibrated. It's very user friendly. But yeah, this thing's awesome and keeps the patient really sane. There's also Dr. Shorten's gravitated toward this pointer. This is another instrument that takes those little balls. So they just pop right on.
So you would have 7 then total.
So, yeah, if
If you
he's
wanted
using it
that.
for this case, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
And that would be, those are the only instruments that take balls, so it would never be more than that.
Yeah.
So 2 packs. You guys want me to pass some stuff around?
Yes.
Get this.
All over here now.
I want to touch it.
Yeah, that's what works. So careful, this is a little dark, but good to see kind of how the batteries work. And I'll pass this guy around, see if he falls. So yeah, feel free to pull these on and off.
So if you open a tray and the balls are on it.
Yeah, you can probably just
contaminate
take
it.
them. Yeah.
Because that is disposable.
Then I pass this around. This, it is, what is it? A little bit, there's a battery in it, but it will have one. Okay, what the balance. Oh yeah, for this spine clamp that goes on the patient, there's a short one and a long one that are in the tray. I don't know what they're preferring. It could depend on, you know, how big or small our patient is. But just so you know, there are 2 sizes in there. There is another type of tracker. So just like this X tracker, this can go on the patient or it can go on instruments that we're gonna track.
Is that
Typically-
disposable?
No, this is in the tray.
The tray.
I call it the eyeball tracker because it's got a lot of eyeballs, but basically camera looks for this. This takes a battery. So one of these regular looking ones, pops right in. And then on these, see it made a little green light. There's a gray little push tab on the top. That's how you turn it on. So basically, once you hit the battery, you're gonna point it at the camera, hold the button down, and it'll recognize it. This guy will go on our drill guide. It seems they were using the drill guide every case. So this is your navigated drill guide set. It comes with a short one and a long one. This one can be more cervical, so top of the neck. This will be used more on lumbars, thoracic. These also come with a little trocar calibration piece. This is only used to turn the instrument on and tell the computer reading it. It just kind of creates a point so you can put it inside this. Damn it. Eyeball tracker goes on here. So it just kind of attaches, there's little silver buttons on all the trackers that allow you to press it and put it on there. This also spins side to side, depending on the angle, the camera, what side they're on the patient. Pass this around, so take note of that little gray part. I'll pass another one around this way. So yeah, this you can press down and it spins there. So okay. What else do we have? And then so while we're on the navigated drill guide set, so you'll set that up and then there's drill bits that will be chucked up to the drill. So there's little, it's the donut, this is the drill stop. This goes off like now, sharp end. Goes through ourselves. And then this would just chuck right up to Stryker power, so I have system aids and mine, whatever you guys have. Um. You'll just chuck that right up, and then the docs can use that drill guide and put it through them to keep it where they want it. There. Okay, and then this little tray. This is called the calibration tray, that's what you guys are calling it. This, called this fishing rod. This is another type of calibration device, it's a little bit fancier because it can, calibrate stuff that's not built into the system. So for example, Dr. Clifford, Dr. Jordan aren't using Stryker repeat implants, which is totally fine to navigate, competitive implants. We just essentially have to calibrate it with this guy. I'll kind of show you what that would look like. I don't have like their drivers and stuff, so I'm just gonna kind of get it to show you what that would look like. So essentially, let's pretend this is whatever driver or tap they want to use. It goes into one of our little adapters. And these are called nav blocks. We'll have a better solution for you guys soon. Just have them again. It'll be here in like 2 weeks where you don't have to use these. But essentially it would come like this, and then there would be a track. Set the trackers, but you attach a tracker on here. And what you would do to calibrate is there's little divots, like little discs on the side here that you grab the tip of this instrument. So you hold this at the camera, and you will put it in here. It's gonna do a little ding, and then it's also wants to know the length of the instrument. So this thing's a little funky, so there's wings that open this center bowl. I'll pass this around because it's a little different. The LEDs, I call these the bunny ears. You want to point the bunny ears at the camera so that we can see. And then put it down the center, fully seat it, it'll grab it, put it in the camera, and it registers it. So that's how you use our fishing rod. I'll pass this around. Thank you. So yeah, try to play with there's these guys, a little, push it, and there's a button here.
I don't think they
That's
go
how it's
together.
turned on once the battery's in.
Does this go?
This
This goes onto
we
a.
did the pins. And then there's also these are really tiny, I'm so sorry, but they haven't really been using these yet, but they are just other ways to fixate into pelvis with those pins. But yeah, it seems they're gravitating towards ortho lock, for the pelvic stuff.
And we already had one of these thrown away. Please don't. You don't know, don't.
Don't throw this away, just the battery.
It's very
If you're
expensive.
not sure, maybe just send it back with the battery and
Right,
as
so
we
we
go.
already had to replace that.
But everything is on ProCare. Obviously, I think if it gets lost, it doesn't count, but if it's broken, we can get that replaced over fee, so. I think that's all the instrumentation. Do you guys have questions?
Do you want me to go grab the active track technology? I don't know, what is that called?
The,
Stealth?
which one, the drill?
The stealth machine?
Oh, the cube?
Yeah, the Q. You're gonna
Um,
bring it in here?
Just put it in here,
I
yeah.
mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, do you know where it is?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, you want me to
Yeah,
grab
if you
it?
grab that, and then we don't have to.
All right, I'll go grab it.
Okay. Thanks, we're sorry to think that through. Like, oh, we'll just push them.
So, real quick, new employee handbook was emailed to everyone for you to sign, electronically sign. It did come from an outside source, so it looks like it's a scammer, but it's not. You reported. Good job.
Came back safe.
I mean, Gerhard needs to be reported, so.
Good camera.
Yes. Robin reported all of that.
Just so, there is changes in, PTO, so, for holidays, you do not have to take PTO.
Yeah,
You don't want to, so that's, fully okay. So they changed that in the handbook, can't remember what they made some, just some changes, so just read through them, but that was the big one that, a lot of people were like, we don't want to take, or they didn't have PTO for holidays, so. It is no longer required. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just really important to let me know if you want it or not, because I usually just go ahead and put it in. I'm sorry, what? Oh.
I just had that kind of, yeah.
They're the same, they're just different lengths. So.
Oh, I see.
Messing with pants. I did.
Yeah. Got your hands.
What's the change for the PTO? You don't have to take it for holidays.
So that means.
So,
If you're scheduling work.
so like Memorial Day, I usually just go and talk if they put it in for you guys unless I'm told otherwise. I didn't enforce it, so if you guys said you didn't want it, I would let you do it, and it used to be a handbook you had to take. This is fine, so. Some of the clinics, they were forced to take it, and they didn't like that, so.
Yeah, we had that conversation yesterday with Sarah, because Mary's it's not automatic.
I never.
Yeah.
Used to be PTO day.
Yeah.
It's like she saved her.
Yeah.
Chief is really good.
Wouldn't have it all over my face.
Did everybody sign a sign-in sheet? Did you? Did you?
Yes.
Good.
Second, I'll turn the queue on.
I didn't, but I'm just being a fatty. I just want one today.
It's really good.
I know, I'm like a sucker for Einstein. Or my favorite ones. Both of
What do
them.
you think of this place?
Yeah. I was sucker for both, to be fair.
Okay, so here's the cue. Cue rolls. You guys have Casey here, so you guys shouldn't have to like mess with this too much, and I'll be around myself for you guys are good to go on your own. But it has these arms. There's a locking mechanism here. This thing kind of not counterintuitive. But once you get it off, you can spin this around. And it can kind of plug anywhere in the room. Depending on the case, if you're working more at the top of the back versus the bottom. If they're working more at the top of the back, they'll probably put this at the head of the bed. If they're working lower, they'll probably put it at the foot of the bed. Depends kind of your case. So this is the screen. It's just about to read off. And I'll turn it on. There's a button right here, just like a old computer. Turn it right on. Take a second to turn it on, but basically there's two screens. They're both touch screen, which is nice. And then inside here, there's a mouse and a computer. You don't want to use the touch screen. There's a little drawer here, just to keep some items. Wait for it to turn on in a second. This 360 tracker comes in this box. Did find one in the box. So it's called the Copilot Q 360 tracker. And then, yeah, then I'll show you guys how to turn some instruments on and then anyone wants to try it. So obviously different profiles here for service, navigation and supply you would use, spine guidance is the application.
Reminds me of the South.
What?
So it reminds me of the anti-South.
Yeah, so very
Very
similar
similar.
type of technology. So yeah, this is kind of the home screen for everything. You'll see the registration device is selected D, which is what you all have. And then essentially what you would do from here is you would just go right into setup. It's your click your eye looking all of this. And it's on camera. But yeah, there is a live camera, which is kind of cool. You can turn off the live camera, and just see like what it sees in space. But live camera's kind of funny right now. Okay, so how you turn instruments on, if it's one of these fall ones, you just hold it up, it recognizes it. Let's do, if you have one of these guys, you have to hold down this middle button just to turn it on. This battery, so it's on, now it's telling you exactly what you need to do, very user friendly. Put it in the cone. And you can see in that little circle, it's telling you where the camera's view is, so that one's good to go. Same thing with this guy. Reuse that. So green light comes on when you put the battery in, hold down this middle button, it turns it on. Bring your calibration device, put it in the phone, and it's validated, so pretty easy. Same thing with that other little pointer with the balls that was going around. As far as the X tracker. Where is the? What's the little X tracker? Goes. Oh, here, I have it. Okay, so this, you guys, this got passed around, twist it on. Green light. Hold it to the camera. Oh, this battery's dead. That's what I'm saying that. If you see that, the battery's dead, but that should not happen to you guys when you're not reusing. Which ones? I do for demos. Okay, so this will pop up and this is when the rep will select feature tracker. And now that one's ready to go. And then you would just kind of put that aside with your clamp or your ortho lock, whichever device surgeon's using for that key. Think about that one's for the patient. Then same thing with eyeballs. Guys. Battery in. Turn it on with your little gray button. Now this is gonna be an instrument. So we select instrument tracker, same thing. Put it in the divot. And then this one just requires one step. There's a little square, which kind of shows you closer to the screen, and you set it on the square. And then that one's officially calibrated. Same thing for the longer one, obviously. The C-arm, this is kind of showing you here, there's an Ethernet cable that connects it to the C-arm. There's a port here, this imaging. What else? The drill tracks are like a sneeze. Yeah, it did. What's up?
Oh,
I mean, that is kind of the basics. This guy, it's good, my nail, would you want? Someone get this battery in here, I'm just gonna that, maybe a man.
well,
Maybe a man.
Sexist thing.
So this is just because I reuse it for demos. You won't ever have to do this.
Don't drop it.
So the positive goes, the flat side goes to the driver.
Don't drop it. Nice, it says.
That's an inside joke.
No. I love a good inside joke. If you can't get it, there's no.
Oh, of course. Liza called it. She called it.
It's really
Ah,
beautiful.
that was
thank
classic.
you. Everyone do well, round of applause.
For dropping it.
Okay. So again, I don't have this bill. This is gonna be a little weird, but. No, I think this battery might be dead. Okay, anyways. But what you would do for this, this would be attached to the drill. And you would hold it to the camera, it would recognize it, and then it's gonna tell you to put it in the divot. And then it's gonna ask you to turn it around. Typically, there's a cord, so you can follow where the cord goes, right? Left,
You don't know.
forward, backward.
And then section you can see in that would be.
Very user friendly, the screen tells you exactly.
Isn't it?
Okay, so I'm going for it.
So yeah, that was a waste, but thank you.
So they have time to get the other room. Just walk right in.
It's not, right?
It's just like a flip room.
Okay.
So yeah, once your instruments are all turned on, you're ready to start the case. Surgeon will start their decompression, or people are on TV. Yeah, if you want to be funny, you could probably put this on someone's butt or something. Probably an HR violation also. So yeah, so basically when we go to scan, your system will be plugged into the C-arm. And then it's kind of up to your rad tech to do their part. They're gonna do a collision check once they bring it up. Do their AP lateral shots, make sure the patient's spine is in the right volume of the scan. And then, and then you would do a collision check, probably Jeremy or whoever's in the room. They would do 3D spin and it would automatically come over to the CR. So nothing needs, or the Q, nothing needs to be done. And then once that's there, we'll have the surgeon check, hey, do you like the registration? Hopefully the answer is always yes, and then they can begin navigating. So I don't have a 3D model to show you guys what that looks like navigating, but essentially, on the screen, you'll see the scan of the patient, and then anytime they bring one of these into view, you'll be able to see it. So you'll see a tip on the screen and wherever it is on the patient anatomy. So really, really good for your patients. So if anyone ever gets spine surgery, make sure you're getting it navigated. Questions?
Anybody at home have questions?
Drill guys, right? Or
Yep.
Drill,
These guys?
those are, no, on this tree.
Oh,
Those are disposable.
yes, so, these drill bits are, disposable, so, they'll probably gravitate toward a few sizes, and then once we know that, probably stock those sizes a little bit heavier. But yeah, if these go in the patient, they are disposable, so. Anything else?
We did the Greenland ones fits.
What?
Those drill guys.
Oh, for the pins, yeah, I was trying to explain that, so these guys. They're trying to decide,
They're interchangeable. We
Yeah.
have in Stryker,
yeah,
so
So I'm
we
gonna-
have a huge backstock of brain lab stuff and they work, so we were gonna use those.
yeah, so they're gonna use up the brain lab ones before they, I think, some strike the ones, and yeah, I was gonna talk to Jordan and make sure. My six is matched, so. Anything there? Anything else you guys have questions on or need to know for what you do in the OR? Aubrey's been awesome, so she's pretty trained up, everything.
We have a bin for batteries. So you can find the batteries when they need them. We talked about drill bits.
She's gonna give us a sheet of all the disposables so we can
Yeah.
have Sarah add it to the preference card. So that it's getting charged properly.
Yeah, anything we can do to make y'all's lives easier, please let us know.
Perfect.
That's what we're here for.
Everyone got a chance to touch and feel and.
You know,
Yeah, I passed almost everything around, but yeah, feel free to hands on it, if there's wish. Does anyone want to try to turn anything on with the little calibration thing?
I think we're good.
If not, it's very easy.
Yeah, I just.
So.
We're good.
Cool.
Thanks, Jen.
um,
All right. We'll do some updates and then we'll be on our way.
Cool. I'll just-
Thank you.
I talked about everyone needs to sign the employee handbook. That's in your email. Let's see, we interviewed quite a few, you were present for Kelsey's interview. And then we have Ellie that's interviewing on Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
We only have one position.
Actually, we have two.
Oh, great.
So,
Script tech.
so we have Ellie interviewing on Tuesday. I did get a resume for an experience tech, so just throwing that out there. Actually, he's supposed to come by today at 9, so we'll see what he's all about. Let's see, we are Siemens poured, all the piping's poured in the new area. We're actually ahead of schedule. We're ahead of budget. Wood. So everything's going well with the build. I'm hoping that one of these Fridays, probably in July, that we can do a little field trip and everyone can just, I mean, I know you guys park back there, so you get to see it, but maybe have one of the FCI guys kind of just explain what's going on. And you guys can look and ask questions and stuff, just so you know where we're at. They think by the end of July, we'll have the roofing on, so it'll be a building by then. At the end of July, so that's kind of exciting. What else do we have? I guess just what we talked about in huddle all week, make sure don't throw everything in the go bags. If you have a moving cart in your room, just put the stuff back on the moving carts. It's really hard, especially with the new aides. They don't know where everything goes. You already have the cart in your room. Please don't throw everything in go bags. And then with our light schedule, please put your instruments back where they belong instead of just throwing them on the shelf. It's 3 more steps, the left or the right. It just helps everyone a little bit, especially Luis, Mitzi has been having, you can come through. Mitzi hasn't been feeling very well, so that's why Luis is outing it today. We have Sydney, Eduardo's doing great, Sydney's doing great. Alicia has been coming back, she weaning, so she's coming back to work a few more hours like every day, so that's really good. So we'll have her. Cortez is in the morning. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we're gonna do a hazardous spill in service in a couple of Fridays since yesterday was not fun. Yeah, you missed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're gonna I purchased 2 hazardous kits with the kitty litter. One will be in my office, one will be in the charge office, because every time we have a hazardous spill, the soaking agent is missing. So that was part of the problem yesterday. The agent, each kit in each area was completely different. So we're gonna order all the same kit from one person. So Jordan's taking care of that. But the first thing is just, make sure everyone's aware that the spill happened, get the kit, start soaking up the stuff with the kit, wear your respirator and goggles. I ran in there with nothing and, 5 minutes later, it was not feeling good.
Remember, formalin's cancerous,
Yeah,
so
it's very cancerous. So
so breathe it in.
once we put on the respirators, it made the cleanup a lot easier. I and others mixed it with water, which made the cleanup longer. You don't do that, and that's going to be preventable with the kitty litter. The litter just easily sweeps up once it absorbs and clumps. Where this gel just was a mess. So the floor is really clean in the hallway, Brooke.
So, I just have a question, like, how could we have prevented it? Was there like, because really, that's the goal, right, is to make it not even happen. So what
We're just transporting containers on a truck stand. And
Like too many containers or?
That we use to, they only have
We have
full
four.
formalin or the container.
The lids pop up, you know, like, would it be easier to use something, or would it be better to use something that doesn't have a lid that pops right off, even if it does close or drop or tip over? I mean, they,
Well, because when they go back upstairs, they have to be able to. remove the lid
right,
To take.
But
Like
some
a
of them are,
twist.
some of them are screw tops, some of them are, but the
And
bigger
those
ones are
lids
not.
do come off.
oh, it's on a press stand, you know, it's on a press stand, it gets bumped, and then this on the floor and dumps everywhere. Seems like I have some room for
I know,
frequently.
I know.
It
Well, I
caught my
think there
foot is what
was-
happened. I was pushing the prep stand and it caught my foot.
Okay.
And it was enough to launch it off of there.
And it was like the big chicken bucket size or what?
It was not the placenta bucket, but the next one, yeah.
They make like a that has walls.
Well, yeah, we have some
so
from
that-
materials. Typically, we're carrying them though. I mean,
Yeah,
was it only one bin that you had? Or you
I
had
had
multiple?
Yeah, that's why I had the prep stand.
I see.
Katie said that just don't take more than you can carry because that will prevent it.
Sometimes when you grab them though, if you do grab them, the lids do come off when you grab. So be careful. The lids aren't on there
Well, we
all
can-
that great.
We can, is Joe the one that's gonna come and do the in-service? So when he comes, maybe we can come up with some better solutions, because it's not really, I mean, this has happened
3 times
more times
in the last year.
in, yeah, in the last year than it's ever happened since I've been here, so it's something is different. So we're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
So we'll brainstorm.
But for now, don't take more than you can carry. Be careful. I know that as soon as those come in, they'll be in the charge office in my office, so we'll have the proper items for cleaning up, so.
So I'll be gone, starting next Friday for a weekish. So next Friday we'll have UPC. We had to swap this week with next week because of just schedules and stuff like that. So UPC will be next Friday, and then the Friday after that, are we doing a no-in service? Right now, I don't have anything scheduled unless you do.
Oh, yeah, I'll just do a whole service and calling Friday.
Okay, so she'll have like a staff meeting or something.
Yeah.
Next
Next Friday, we're getting cameras installed in the hallway. So it'll be in the east corner where that mirror is, so we'll be able to look down both hallways here. And, and then they'll be installing cameras in Packview and in the door outside of Packview. So we can prevent from stealing of items.
Well, and just random people
And
walking
just
back.
finding people.
The boss of the food services was just walking around the other day back here, and I'm like, he was looking for Eduardo. I'm like, you can't just be walking back here with your
Oh.
cafe outfit on. So
Yeah, so
it was so random.
last week, I think, it was packing nurse, just blue scrubs,
Yeah,
walking around digging in the carts and stuff.
yeah.
Change your clothes.
I don't understand how the sign that says you must have sterile attire to enter doesn't, but whatever. Anyway, so, and we have the red line too, which I would think would,
Just don't work.
no. So just be aware of people.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to say you don't belong back here.
Oh, we all do. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I think sometimes people are, it's that shocked look like, oh my God, there's someone out here without a hat on. But
Oh, yeah.
I catch doctors all the time that come back without their hats on.
uh-huh. So how many times is it happening when we're not around, really?
Right.
A lot more.
Right, so we'll have the cameras, we'll be able to see, and you know, for safety too, so. So that's the next
Where's the one that you're just gonna be plugged? Okay.
the ER with all the other ones, so. The Larson is, all part of the safety. So. EOCs. Trying to think of what else. We're getting 2 more 30-degree Da Vinci cameras. Those will be coming. We ordered in scopes for sports, Vance and Rollins requested more so they could do more over here. We're getting those non-leak cameras because they cry. Or actually, because we got the scopes for them and not the cameras because of Hunter. Um, can't have one without the other. So those should be coming in. They were ordered yesterday. Dr. Pollock has requested a dares. She wants an 8-pack of them. So I know Tia put those together yesterday. So, and if you're working.
Why do I not?
Matter.
Oh,
And then we ordered in their T clamps, but they have a different name. I can't remember the name, but that's, so she's not using as many clamps. You just use the T clamp. Those are coming in also. We'll get them added to her card. I talked to, Sarah yesterday, so she should be adding those. So just a little reminder, for that. I'm trying to think.
I have
There's
one about
anything-
the
any
robot
question-
bed.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So we got the robot bed back. We sent it to Biomed because it wouldn't lock in OR5. And they ran the error report, and it sounds like it was a power surge from the power plug. So it wasn't seated all the way. So it has to be the Baxter cord. I know we've mentioned this before. We are getting 2 new cords for both beds, but that's another reason why it's just so important to have what belongs with the bed together. And, you know, because we were out of using that bed for 2 days trying to figure out, you know,
oh, you're
for them
on.
to,
Hello? Hello?
can you hear me?
Oh, now I can say that again. Not the whole thing, but the last 2 sentences.
We were without it for 2 days and it was just a power cord issue.
Oh, okay.
Please don't steal cords from instruments. Leave them together.
Sometimes they just get unplugged and then the bed's moved out.
Yeah.
New bed moved in.
Yep.
The plug stays, or the cord stays.
Yeah, that does make it tricky.
And so the plugins, that plug-in that's on the pole, we're not supposed to be plugging in the bear hugger. We're not supposed to be plugging in the bed in this or that. I know it's a problem. We're trying to figure out the thing, but according to Jaco, they do not want us plugging anything that is not on the cord on the pole into those plugins. So I know if you see EOC coming through, that's what one of the things they're going to be looking. I quit doing the audits on those a long time ago, and we have to start it back up. They said that Jaco never said we could stop. So I have gone back to them and said we bought those specifically for plugging in extra stuff. We don't have enough plugs in the rooms. We need to plug our stuff in. It's not like we're plugging in a DJ machine or anything in there. Now their new thing is that we can't plug in stuff in that's not on the pole. So that includes the bear hugger in the bed. We're trying to work that out. I know that we just don't have enough plugs, so. And we'll figure it out, do what you need to do, but just know if they're doing EOC around, so I would check that plug in and make sure that they don't have 50 things plugged into that, so.
Well, the bear huggers do have a clamp on the back where you can attach it to the pole.
Yep.
If, I mean, that could
Alleviate that.
be a pain, but.
You can say that it was. on the
Yeah.
pole.
It's on the wall.
So. Just something to think about. I'm doing so many audits, it's crazy, so. I have asked Michael to do some audits when he's floating for me. So if he's walking around asking if you hand wash, that's one of the audits that I have to do. So, just be respectful and nice and say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't, one or the other. That's all I can think of right now.
Yes.
I just have 2 things. So some of the cords aren't even long enough to go to any of the other plugins.
I
I
know.
think
I
that's
know.
the reason why they get plugged into that blue one, because there's no other plug-in. We have plugins, but the cords don't reach.
I guess, if you have specific ones that are like that, I've been told before by Biomed that we can put in work orders and they can get us the appropriate cords that are longer. So I guess
Okay.
just put in a work order for the ones that you see that are consistent.
It's like
Okay.
beds. I think beds are,
Mhm.
That's not the main one.
Yeah.
They don't
The
reach the
other-
good one.
no,
The other thing is can we put a tag, like a zip tie tag or something on those Baxter cords?
Oh,
So
that's a good idea.
put trump cord or whatever the beds are called.
Katie's
So
been
that-
labeling them as she finds them.
There is a big Baxter label on it. It's big and white with blue letters already.
Yeah.
Okay, but I
It's a
guess I
big
haven't seen it
one.
because I don't usually work in the robot room, so.
But you are starting to label things, Katie. The beds, is that what Jen said that? Is that what you're doing or?
I'm not labeling the beds, but I've labeled the cords that we got, that it's for robot bed only, but they don't last very long.
Yeah. They peel off.
They get ripped off real quick.
Okay, all right. Well, we're at 8 o'clock, you guys. So everybody have a great day. Thanks for joining, you guys.